It has been 3 months since President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. revealed the deeply rooted corruption that has plagued the flood control projects that received billions worth of fundings that should have protected the Filipino during rainy seasons. Since then, officials, particularly from the Department of Public Works and Highways, as well as some lawmakers, have either been relieved, faced investigations, or received heavy public scrutiny due to their alleged linkage to said issues. I am here in Alabang to hear the public's opinion and knowledge regarding the investigations on the flood control projects, how the corruption remains a deeply social and financial problem, and how these issues affect them directly. I am Eugene Laki, and this is Word on the Streets.
Kasama ng mga nagnanakaw, mga nagtatago ng magnanakaw, isa lang ang gusto namin sabihin sa inyong lahat. Patawad kay Father, pero po!
The issue regarding the bogus flood control projects had been in the headlines for months, with many saying that the investigations have been at a slow pace with little to no results. To expedite the investigation on the flood control project's anomaly, the Independent Commission for Infrastructures, or ICI, was created, meant to independently spearhead its findings without the interference or influence of the government. I have spoken with 3 people to give their opinions on the flood control issue and if they are satisfied with the progress of the investigation. Maki, who had admitted being updated on the issue, said his biggest concern is transparency of the progress of the flood control project investigations.
Hindi, dapat transparent kasi para mas makikita natin kung ano yung nangyayari, di ba? Nakukulangan ako kasi ang tagal ng paglilitis dun eh. Dapat mabilis kaagad yung pag-under ng mga kaso kasi tulad niyan, may mga nangyaring mga sakuna. Dapat yung unahin eh. Yung pinuuna dun pa sa mga corruption pa na uubos yung oras. Para sa akin kasi nababagalan talaga ako sa gobyerno ngayon kasi ang hirap kung sino yung uunahin. Ayan, tulad yan, may sa Cebu. Anong dapat unahin? Dapat yung mismong mga tao na nasa lanta.
Meanwhile, JC has recently moved in Metro Manila, particularly in Parañaque, from his hometown, General Santos City, to look for better opportunities. He said that despite not being affected directly by the issue, JC remains disappointed on how the government has failed to serve the public, especially those who are the most vulnerable in times of disasters.
Para sa akin, maliit. Sobrang liit na lang siguro ng tiwala. So bilang na lang yung mapagkakatiwalaan sa gobyerno. Kasi nga, katulad nga sa panahon ngayon, simula noong unang panahon, masyadong namulat na yung mga bata hanggang matandang government official sa pangungurakot. Like bata pa lang, halos tinuturuan ng mangurakot. So, hindi katulad sa ibang bansa, like maganda yung ekonomiya nila kasi nga, disiplinado sila pag about sa government. Unlike sa Pilipinas, na nasanay sa pangungurakot, siyempre, easy money.
Like Maki, JC has pointed out that the government as well as the members of the ICI should be transparent to the public as part of their duty in detaining those who have been proven guilty.
Kasi siyempre dapat maging aware yung mga Pilipino sa nangyayari kung meron bang ikakausad yung katulad nga sinasabi ng kaso para sa mga gumawa ng kasalanan like yung mga nangurakot ng pera ng mga Pilipino. Mas maganda kung nakikita natin yung process na kung ginagawa ba talaga nila, kung meron ba talagang hustisya para sa mga Pilipino, kung may makukulong ba talaga sa pangungurakot ng ginawa ng mga government officials.
When asked if he believes that the alleged stolen billions worth of funds would be returned, JC was rather doubtful, arguing the deep culture of corruption in the country.
Feeling ko wala na, hindi na mababalik yun kasi dito sa Pilipinas naman, hindi ko lang alam pero usually sa naisip ko, parang feeling ko talaga hindi na siya mababalik. Ang pinaka maganda na lang gawin talaga is dapat makulong yung may sala talaga. Para naman matuwa naman yung mga Pilipino na at least yung gumawa ng krimen, mapaparusahan para katulad ko bilang Pilipino, syempre nagbabayad din ako ng buwis. So para sa akin, kapag nakulong yung may sala, syempre matutuwa din naman ako kasi at least nagkaroon ng hustisya sa Pilipinas.
Kinasuhan na ng plunder o pandarambong sa Sandigan Bayan sina Senator Juan Ponce Enrile, Senator Jinggoy Estrada, Senator Bong Revilla, Janet Lim Napoles at iba pang sangkot di umano sa pork barrel scam. Ayon sa Ombudsman, may sapat na basehan ang reklamong nagsabwata ng 3 senador kasama si Napoles para magkamal mula sa kaban ng bayan di umano.
Before the flood control project fiasco, the country had also erupted into a nationwide protest after the revelations of the Priority Development Assistance Funds, or better known as PDAF, with Janet Lim Napoles singled out as the mastermind of the scheme. Napoles back then was exposed for siphoning billions of congressional pork barrel funds and providing kickbacks to lawmakers who backed her non-existent non-profit organizations. Some of the senators who have been linked to the case included former Senator Bong Revilla Jr., Senator Jinggoy Estrada, and former Senate President and Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Juan Ponce Enrile. I asked Maki and JC if they think there will be changes in handling the flood control projects compared to the PDAF scams.
Dito sa Pilipinas kasi para sa akin talaga, ganun talaga usually, paulit-ulit na lang na mangyayari. Like, pag may pera ka nga dito, siyempre mas, para sa akin, mas maliit yung chance na makulong ka or lalo na pag malapit ka sa gobyerno. Ganun po yung mangyayari. Like, katulad nga ng mga nakulong dati sa pork barrel, nung naging malapit sila sa panibagong presidente, siyempre nakalabas din sila.
Wala din, malulubog din yun sa sa wala. Kasi yung sa pork barrel scam, ganun din yung nangyari sa kanila eh. Kumbaga, nakulong sila, binalik lang sila, naging senado pa sila ulit. Diba? Tumakbo sila eh. Kumbaga, gawa na lang ako ng panibagong ulit. Kumbaga, tatakbo ulit ako para makakakuha ulit ng pera, di ba? Ganun yung gagawin niya kasi nakalaya ako eh.
John from Cabuyao, Laguna has also expressed his disappointment on how laid back the current and past governments have been in addressing the widespread corruption that has led to the waste of billions of pesos allocated on infrastructure projects that made the lives of the Filipino people much more difficult.
Well, with the current ones, I feel like wala nang hope. But if there are newer generations of leaders, then maybe there is. Kasi, well, the way I see it, marami ng mga tao aware sa nangyayari. So, magkakaroon tayo ng leader na aware and naka-experience sa nangyaring ganito corruption, then I guess newer generations may future pa tayo.
John was also pessimistic on the judicial processes in detaining those who are proven guilty as masterminds of the billion pesos worth of flood control projects nationwide.
I'm pretty sure na makakalimutan din siya eventually kasi this is not the only first time na nangyari siya. As mentioned mo kanina regarding sa pork barrel scam, so which is nakalimutan na. There is a possibility na makalimutan siya kasi again, I would like to mention yung sa PhilHealth. We have those cases and look what happened. Hindi na siya nabalkan. And then yung mga other cases sa mga other officials na puro court na lang and then eventually nakalimutan na rin. So, yeah, highly positive na makakalimutan na siya.
The flood control projects, thought to be the country's answer to its worsening and widespread flooding come the rainy season. However, the ever so deeply rooted corruption in the Philippines has once again left the interests and welfare of the Filipino people sidestepped and neglected in exchange for the self-interests of the very officials the public has voted for. The opinions of Maki, JC, and John are only a speck of the millions of those who have expressed disdain and disappointment on the never-ending cycle of selfishness of those seated in the government. Despite this, some have also hoped for a better future, a future that will be led this time by the youth who have voiced accountability over pride and honesty over money.
natin ayusin ang Independent Commission, gawing totoong independent ito. Ito ang panawagan sa Presidente, mag-appoint ng mga tao na may dangal, mag-appoint ng mga tao na may integridad. Ang panawagan naman sa Kongreso, bigyan ng totoong ngipin ang Independent Commission, bigyan ito ng subpoena powers, ng powers to contempt, to make sure na lahat ng mga impormasyon ay maipapalabas. At sa lahat ng mga politiko, gawin nyo ang spirit of the law, ilabas nyo ang mga salin nyo para makita lang lahat kung ano ang inyong tinatago, para makita ng lahat kung ano ang totoong anyo ng inyong buhay.